Today, Hall of Famer Sam Huff passed away. Sam Huff was born and raised in a coal mining camp in West Virginia, where he would go on to play for the Mountaineers and where he was voted an All-American on the field and an academic All-American in the classroom. Huff was drafted by the New York Football Giants in 1956, and during his rookie training camp, head coach Jim Lee Howell couldn't find a position where Huff fit. So Huff left camp and headed for the airport, where he was stopped by assistant coach Vince Lombardi, who convinced him to come back to camp. Giants defensive coordinator Tom Landry came up with a 4-3 defensive scheme that fit Huff perfectly. He was switched from lineman to middle linebacker, and when he was put into his first game, he led the Giants to win 5 consecutive games, and they went on to win the 1956 NFL Championship, in which Huff became the first rookie middle linebacker to start in an NFL championship game. Then in 1958, Huff led the Giants to play in the NFL Championship again, the game famously coined the greatest game ever played, which was the first ever NFL game to go into sudden death overtime. The Giants would lose this game and the championship in 1959, but Huff's defense was dominant and their success would continue into the 60s, where he took the Giants to 3 straight NFL championships in 61, 62, and 63, but lost each one. In 1964, Huff was traded to Washington, where he continued his ferocious defense. An injury in 1967 ended his streak of 150 straight games played, so Huff retired in 1968. But then Vince Lombardi talked Huff out of retirement in 1969 when he was named Washington's new head coach, making their journey come full circle from when Lombardi kept Huff's faith alive in football his rookie year. Huff moved on from his football career to become a commentator, spending 3 years with the Giants, then 38 years in Washington calling games. Sam Huff summed up what a football player is to him on the front steps of the Hall of Fame in 1982.
Now, here's something I would like to share with you about a football player. You can criticize him, but you can't discourage him. You can defeat his team, but you can't make him quit. You can get him out of a game, but you can't get him out of football. He is your personal representative on the field, your symbol of fair and hard play. He may not be an All-American, but he is an example of the American way. He is judged not for his race, not for his social standing, or not for his finances, but by the democratic yardstick of how well he blocks, tackles, and sacrifices individual glory for the overall success of his team. He is a hard-working, untiring, determined kid doing the very best he can for his team. And when you come out of the stadium feeling disappointed and feeling upset that your team has lost, he can make you feel mighty ashamed with just 2 sincerely spoken words: "We tried." And that's why the 4 of us, Doug Atkins, George Musso, Merlin and Olson and I, are here today because we tried to do our best.